The Flash number 32, Joshua Williamson writing, Christian Duce on art. This is the second part of the current arc. Sorry, the first part of this arc, sorry, I'm thinking of another book. This is the start of the Iron Heights thing.
Yep.
So, good fun. Admittedly, it's worth mentioning that the next issue is part of the first part of the next metal crossover we're starting at the end of the month. So the actual next... Because this is technically titled as a one-shot before it goes to the actual arc afterwards.
Yeah,
but
it's one of those irritating ones, isn't it, where
it's the first
I
issue.
feel like this could have been planned a bit better.
It's the first issue. It's in the trade. This will be the first part of the trade because it just is.
Yeah, but it feels like this could have been a different issue, unrelated, and then we got this after the break.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what this breaks down into kind of two chunks basically. First chunk, Barry and Wally. That's new Wally out, and Wally's trying to sort of help him sort of contain the negative speed force. Barry mentions that when he's running with other speedsters, this is something we learned in the first arc back at the start of the run, is that when two speedsters are running together, the speed forces kind of connect and
They sync up.
Yeah, they sync up, and because of that, Wally being around is helping him keep his negative speed force sort of side at bay, and so they're stopping jewel thieves and Wally's cracking some puns, but we see things that aren't quite okay. Like they're good when they're on the job, but as soon as they turn into regular people again, it gets kind of awkward. Barry feels he wants to ask about Iris, but he can't. He feels awkward about it. And it's kind of setting up where they are. But of course, the main bulk of the issue is Barry and Kristen are now working on Iron Heights, and they go out there. And what I think I'm going to like about this arc is the idea that we're setting up that a lot of the rogues are going to be a supporting cast because they're all kind of constantly in the prison. We see August is still there. He's fighting Heatwave, and Captain Cold's around. His sister's there. Tar Pit's there. There's a ton of them.
Murmur's there, which that was always a... I kind of want to... I'd love a Flash history course of all these Wally villains, how they interacted with Barry, because we haven't gotten that since Barry's been back.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of the only Flash, because, Wally West is back, but, what were his exploits? Was he ever Flash? Were these his villains? I don't know. I'd like to know these things, but, yeah. I like seeing a lot of those John's era villains pop in.
No, that's cool. So I like that. Obviously, a lot of it's this debate about how he treats how Wolf treats the prisoners. He basically he doesn't believe in redemption or rehabilitation. He's just no, we're here to punish them. We intervene only when things are getting far too out of hand. Otherwise, we let them beat the shit out of each other. There's all these things. The new office is basically a prison cell, which Kristen, of course, is delighted about.
She is not cool with this.
She is not a happy camper.
She is so passive-aggressively rageful towards Barry. It's great.
It has the nice setup as well, where he's like, at least we're here, and he's like, well, at least we're not in a cell. And then, yeah.
Oh dear.
They're in the cells.
Oh dear. So they set up that stuff, and I think the one notable thing, other than all the fun villain stuff, August, of course, recognises Barry. That's why he actually ends up losing his fight. But also the fact that, so we have that dynamic going forward, that Captain Cold wants to know, why does August know Barry? But we also have Barry's attitude feels a little bit off, where he kind of agrees with Wolf that maybe these people don't deserve a chance at rehabilitating. They deserve to just be punished. I wonder if that's some negative Speed Force kind of influencing them.
But again, it's kind of like the people at Arkham. Maybe y'all need better locks, because I get Arkham's an asylum, not a prison, but once you get the rotating door, maybe you guys got to rethink how you do things.
Well, that's why they've got the new security. Wolf mentions that they've got new security, and Barry's like, this place used to have a higher turnover rate than Arkham did.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. This whole thing with Barry being like this, it kind of plays into this whole... it's probably from the negative Speed Force stuff, but I'm kind of over all of this whole dark Barry stuff. I'm bored of it. I want Barry to be Barry.
I think we'll probably get there relatively soon. I don't think it's going to be dragged out too much longer.
I hope not, because I feel like I've had it a bit too long at this point now.
I think I was okay with it in this issue because it was legitimately just kind of this one point. The rest of the issue, he felt pretty Barry-like. It was just...
Yeah.
See, that's why it stuck out even more, though. It made it more notable to me, because it was I thought we were kind of over it. I thought he was getting back under control, and then we have this.
We're not over it until he's got his regular suit back. That's when we know he's over it.
I know.
That bright lightning.
And we know that's coming because in Metal, he's got the regular suit. So
yeah, you could use that as a
Yeah.
evidence. So before we get to the ending, though, obviously we'll set that up because I think it's connected. Because Copperhead apparently been running a crime organisation in Central City,
Yeah.
and the reason why she's been sort of going unnoticed is because she's deliberately not using super-powered villains. She's not drawing the attention of the Flash. She's working completely underground. And she's pissed at her henchman for using Black Spider at the start of the book, which got the Flash's attention. But the reason that she's really pissed, though, is that there's a secret other criminal boss who's taking over the city, and she doesn't know who it is, and it's really upsetting her. So she kicks the guy in a pit of snakes, and we get a close-up panel of a snake bite, which, eek.
gross.
Yeah, gross. But of course, I think it's connected to the ending because I've got a funny feeling this rival crime boss is actually who shows up at the end and reveals herself to Barry, and that is Mina from the first arc. What was her speedster name? I was forgetting as I was reading this because she had one.
Well, in that thing, I think she was just Black Hole because of the organization.
No. Before that,
No, you're right. She did have a name, didn't she?
yeah, in the first arc, she had a speedster name. That's bugging me. Connor's looking it up.
I am, because it's bothering me as well.
Yeah, and now I think she might just be Black Hole, but she definitely, because the next arc's called The Rise of Black Hole or something to that effect.
Yeah.
So
Fast Track.
Fast Track. There we go. I knew she had a name.
Yeah.
She had a hero name, but yeah.
Oh, it was good. But I'm more on Connor's side. I'm kind of over the dark Barry stuff, and I'd like to get back to
It's
a more traditional Flash story.
I think
it was mostly a good issue. I just I got to that point. I was like, oh, I forgot this was still going on.
I think I dug it quite a bit because it was less about Barry, more about all the new status quo, him in the prison, him with all the rogues around. Like I'm liking this setup. That's what I was digging about.
Yeah.
It.
I mean, if they could have done this too without the negative stuff. Like they could have took the negative stuff, whatever, and then had him go to Iron Heights.
Oh, they could, but I'm sure. Like I've got a rough guess actually as to how it might wrap up now. Actually, and I think that's why it's not been wrapped up yet. I think it's going to wrap up with August. I think because August already was kind of a dark Flash. I think that it's going to be a confrontation with him that's going to spark the change. It's going to make him realize and get over it. That's what I think is going to happen.
That's fair. Did no one else think it's a bit weird that Cold was like, oh, how does August know Barry? And it's like, well, they're both cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
would
think
that not be the logical assumption at that point?
I think maybe it's more the fact that the reaction that he got when he saw Barry. He knew it was more than that. I'd maybe guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not just that he knows him. It's like no, he means something to him. He's reacting to his presence beyond just I know that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fair. It was just phrased a little bit weirdly, I think.
I think I got it. I think it's basically just there's a history there. I want to know that history. Is basically what he's saying to him. So or saying to her rather, because it was his sister. But
yeah.